This is Suzette, and welcome to your Cybersecurity Update, July edition from Cloudy Sky Today. Today we are going to do two things. The first thing we're going to do is look at an article, and the second thing we're going to do, our usual thing, is review some suspicious emails. Now, the first thing I said, we're going to look at this article, and I found it very interesting. The U.S. Postal Service is warning users against sending checks through. Now, we all know about cybersecurity, online fraud, getting a bill in probably your email, clicking on the link, and then, whoops, it's not really the banker. But here we have something in the physical world, right, where there's a new warning from the U.S. Postal Service: do not send checks through the mail. And a lot of times people pay their bills for, those, I would say I remember doing it, so there I am aging myself. But it was a way of paying bills. You write a check, you put a stamp on an envelope, and you mail it off. Now they're warning people against doing that. And because why? Right there, more of them are getting stolen than ever. Now I have a story from a relative who bank account suddenly had I would say $, and my understanding was they put in the blue boxes on the corner, if those of you are familiar, are the mailboxes. They put their pay a bill, put a stamp on the envelope, drop it in the box, and then what happened, and this was years and years ago, it got fished out. They changed the user and the amount. And the reason why I'm saying that, because they saw the check, when they went through their canceled checks, because you could get copies of the canceled check, they're like, well, I don't recognize this payee, and I don't recognize this amount. So what they did was change the thing. So who's stealing these checks? And I find this very interesting. They do not know. And here they're talking about thieves fishing envelopes out of mailboxes, right? Or it could be workers at postal distribution centers. They really don't know. Some post office, they have installed high security mailboxes. But here's the part I'm talking about. Whoever is doing the theft, data on your bank checks. Now, the way I understand that too, routing numbers are on the check, and your checking account number information on the check. And they can use that in some wire fraud online. And this is the one that took place years ago to my relatives. They changed the name of the payee and the amount of the check. So the original payee did not get paid. And then on top of it, they caused other checks in this relative's account to get bounced. So I'm just saying, be aware of this. Now, the second thing is our usual. And I call it our usual or my usual. Whenever I get suspicious looking emails, I have a review needed mailbox, and I've been moving them to that. And one of the reasons I use for suspicion is funny fonts. That's the number one thing to me nowadays, because they're trying to get through that spam filter on your mailbox, and a lot of the mailboxes, Yahoo, Gmail, I'm not even sure what else is out there. Those are the two I use, so there I just outed myself. Do have some filters, and a lot of them are machine learning or artificial intelligence, where they recognize these scammers. So a lot of times they use image fonts and different fonts to get through. So I get something with a funny looking font, I put it in this review needed folder. Now I'm gonna let you know, because I did my Security Plus, and one of the reasons you want to pay attention to those URLs or emails, you got to see, by hovering, you can see that, okay, this is supposed to be mailshout@duosdo.com. And Pittsburgh Tools Set, they try to say claim your reward or free, you can get something for free. And one of the reasons they do that, they want you to go, oh, wow, this is great, I'm getting something for free. But if it's too good to be true, more than likely it isn't true. Because some of the techniques used by scammers and even just marketers: authority, intimidation, scarcity, urgency, consensus, social proof, and familiarity. Like, I'm not familiar with anything about Pittsburgh Toolset, but it does say claim your reward. It looks like Oh wait, and it says from Arbor Freight. So that's a brand I know. So that's a familiarity. So claim your reward. A free Pittsburgh 225 tool set from Harbor Freight is yours. Right? It has some funny looking font here. And then here, as you can see, it's not from Harbor Freight Tools. It's from MailShout at duosduo.com. The next one, TJ Maxx. And most of us are familiar with TJ Maxx. If you're in Europe, I think it's called TK Maxx. Found out when I went 1 year, I was like, oh wow, TK Maxx. Again, I'm just hovering over the email or who they purport it's from. And as you can see, default or defaulty OGUPD at healthy news for you today. So they want me to celebrate TJ Maxx with an Le Creuset, which is a certain type of pot. But we know TJ Maxx or TK Maxx if you're in the Europe or UK to be a brand that we're familiar with. Dick's Sporting Good is also another brand. And this one, again, is not from at dicksportinggood.com or dicks.com. It's from Gross IRA SCRcomputer.com. You have won an RTCI backpack. Cooler. And, they tried to get you, you win something so that you would click on it. Now, here there is 1, 2, 3 Harbor Freight, and this one has like a thickish looking font. Usually just DIYissuekang.com. Surprise, you have won a Harbor Freight tool cart. Wow. This other one has funny looking font on the F, and it's from blah 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 at somethingable.com. You have won a Harbor pressure washer. Who doesn't want a pressure washer? And then this last one, let's see. This one could be real. HFT at, and it didn't have a funny looking font like these two. I think I put this in there to compare. Totally forgot because, hey, I was out for June and I'm back. So this was from June, but this is for the July update. HFT at em.harborfreight.com. So this is what the one from the Arbor Freight would look like. Coupons, summer savings start early. So I'm going to click on this one. So we have 1, 2, 3, and you can see this is from HFTEM.arborfreight.com. That's from Arbor Freight. Colors and everything else. So this is what an authentic email looks like. Personally, I'm not going to click on the others because I'm in my real machine on my virtual. Now, here's another one from Dick's Sporting Good. And as we can see, this is not the domain that it should be coming from. And it's like interest AM. They put a whole bunch of letters before the at literalday.com. And you have won. They like to try and entice you to click with winnings, like you have won something, but I didn't enter anything to win anything. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and select all of those except the real one, and I have some real stuff down here that I had kept for comparisons for what's real and what's not real. And I'm going to allow the machine to learn that these funny looking things are all, oh, I forgot this one. I'm so sorry. Yeah, this one is really long, but you're invited to join. Yes, Agent Myself, AARP Renew Now. I'm invited to join, but I'm supposed to renew now. Am I a member or am I not a member? Because if I'm already joined, I just need to renew. If I'm not joined, then why would I need to renew? I would need to join first. Yeah. So as you can see, this is not from ARP.com. And you don't have to be of age to join from what I've heard. Yeah. So I'll go ahead, go into spam, mark it as spam. And this allows your email server to learn, because a lot of them use artificial intelligence and they put this information in to help recognize future spam so it doesn't come to your inbox folder. So what I did was took emails that I passed through the filter that I thought was suspicious, move them into a review needed folder that I created on the side, and then we just review those, determine that the ones I did select were indeed fake, not from, they were spoofed addresses, and we deleted those. Or we, marked it as spam so that the email server learned that those are spam. And it's good practice, And this way you don't accidentally click on something and then have to fix it later. So it's a good preventative tool to just hover over the hyperlinks where the from address is and see whether it is from a legitimate company or a spoof address. Now, I hope you enjoyed this content. I will, try and accumulate some more for next month, or we'll just talk about a news article. We'll see then. And if you do like this content, please remember to like, subscribe, and spread the word. I appreciate it. Thank you.